is Law Nation. Let's continue to grind. Two shot. Let's go. As the room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, baby. Come on. Shout out to all my dogs out there. Let's go. Cowboys and Texans matchup. Plus more news and updates. Come on. Yup. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. What about a Law Nation groove? Hey. Oh. Come on. No doubt. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Cowboys 9-3. Come on, not 3-9 for your mind. Notification swat up. Aaron, I feel you, fam. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yo. Come on. What's up, everybody? The name is Law Nation as we continue to talk about these Dallas Cowboys and the information that's around the globe. And we already know people from beyond the ice wall is listening to this, right? People that's living in the bunkers of Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? They listening to this, right? And people from other galaxies and Mars and everybody else with bars, right? Listening to this right here, Cowboy Nation, the Dallas Cowboys. And on top of this, man, we're red hot. We're facing the Texans, who pretty much, I forgot their record. You guys can put their record down, but I'm not sleeping on any team, by the way. I'm not falling asleep on anybody's team. I always say this. They get paid millions of dollars, right? Their owners billionaires too. So, hey, we're going to have to showcase and bring forth our best, right? But before we get things popped off and going.
Great movie, by the way.
Here we go from James Slater.
Here's what I know about the OBJ situation. It's no secret Jerry Jones was enamored with this player ahead of his visit to Dallas. Now the problem was great movie by the way. If you haven't watched
Robot
it,
Jane, my
here's
bad.
what I know about the OBJ situation.
My bad, y'all.
It's no secret Jerry Jones was enamored with this player ahead of his visit to Dallas. Now the problem was that they weren't able to see him conduct a workout. Now, not dissimilar from teams like the Bills and Giants. But the issue that I'm hearing internally is the fact when you can't see him run routes, you can't see him cutting.
Right.
Is he going to be available to play this season? That is why they wanted to make the move. They wanted to have him available this year. I'm hearing they felt like it would be a push to even have him available if, let's say, the Cowboys got all the way to the Super Bowl. So in the absence of feeling confident about that, no offer was made. Now, they have rolled the dice on players with injury concerns in the past. Jalen Smith comes to mind, but I would remind viewers that in that situation, Jalen Smith's surgery was done by Dr. Dan Cooper, the Cowboys team doctor, so they felt like they had plenty of information there. Still, just the mention of OBJ, you could say, helped motivate this wide receivers room. I mean, I look at the last 4 games for CeeDee Lamb. He's had 3 touchdowns. You had 2 scores from Michael Gallup. And it seems like this offense is clicking. As one player told me, they'd love to have OBJ, but they're not relying on him.
Well, come on, let me hear it again. Let's keep mentioning Odell Beckham Jr. if that's the case in a scenario, right? If you can turn it and flip it and make it positive, you know, then I'm all down for it, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue. Let's continue to say, hey, Odell coming, Odell coming. Oh, we don't need, we do need. If this going to continue to bring forth a positive production on the field, then every day Bring back Tupac. Bring back Biggie. We need the playmaker, man. If this is going to continue to bring forth this level of play from our team, right? The Odell Beckham Bowl, right? Where everybody's trying to showcase their best to impress, right? And we are courting this dude everywhere around the field, on the field, off the field, hen house, outhouse, dog house. Hey, let's continue to do that. I got that from Fugitive, man. That guy that played on that was looking for Henry Ford or whatever his name is. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Tommy Lee. Yeah, Tommy Lee is what I got it from. Hen house, outhouse, dog house. That may be my new drop, man. All right, man. Harrison Ford is his name. Harrison Ford, right? Played on The Fugitive. Great movie, by the way. But all jokes aside, people got this all mixed up for me. All I said was, and I never mentioned the Cowboys' need. I said that it would be wise for the Cowboys to bring him in, check him out, see what he got. And then if things don't check out, then you keep it moving. And that is where the stance with Jerry Jones is with the Odell Beckham thing. I got to at least see what I'm going to get, right? I got to at least check up under the hood, right? I got to at least let my doctors take a look at him, right? Or in the words of this, let me see what I got before I make sure I put the ring on it, right? And let me see if I can, have a night with her, So those type of things, y'all get what I'm saying. And this could be what my guy Jay Worthy just said. Can we say James Washington? This could be the James Washington thing. I heard that he will be ready and available for practice. You know what I'm saying? Not a game. We talking about practice. Yeah. All right, Cowboy Nation. So back and forth talking about this and going over this. The Cowboys, we are in every bit of a dogfight, even in this particular division, because of the fact that you got somebody that's like Jay Johnson putting down 11-1 for his particular team, the Eagles or what have you. And that's good, right? I think that iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel, and the cream shall always rise to the top. And it's good because nobody should feel comfortable enough to say, you know what? We can start resting our guys. We can start looking back and eating our oodles and noodles. Oh, we the best. We the best. No. Around this time last season, the Cowboys were 9-4. Right around this time, the Cowboys were 9-4. What if I told you that the Cowboys this year is a whole lot better than what they were last year? The defense is great. This whole particular team is looking like they are on the same page, and I like what I'm seeing out of this. Kelvin did miss practice due to illness, right? That dude, he needs some of that stuff, man, to keep his immune system up, man. A young kid like that, you should get sick once a year. Once a year. No matter what you walk into, you should only get sick once a year, right? And as old and gray as I am, I only get sick once a year. And it's only for a few days. So I can't tell him what to prescribe to because I don't want to get taken down. You know what I'm saying? But, man, this dude need to get his immune system together, man. Yeah, somebody said he needs some milk. Yeah, he didn't show up to practice today due to some illness.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, if y'all under 20, man, if y'all under 30, man, y'all don't need to be getting sick, man. Y'all need to do some push-ups or something, man. Some vitamin C, get some sunlight. Y'all don't need to be sick left and right, This dude got an auto problem, man, immune problem. Bring him the cow, And let's listen to this right quick. This was from 105. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Shane and RJ and with my guy Bobby Belt. And this is some more in-depth information about this Odell Beckham thing. And then I promise y'all, we gonna move off from it. Nah, I'm lying. We ain't moving off from Odell Beckham, man.
All right, so Ian, on this Odell Beckham front,
We ain't moving off from it.
He left the facility and he will go back home and ponder for a couple days. What is the thought process on a timeline you think for a decision from Odell?
See, Burles
could get one soon. I wouldn't be surprised if there was one today or tomorrow. But we'll see, because if the situation is where it seems, which is that he's not going to play this week, then there really is no rush. I mean, I guess you'd like him to get a playbook for wherever he signs, but I would expect a ramp-up period for any team. So that's probably a couple weeks. So if someone signs him, whether it's today or tomorrow or Friday or Saturday, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Most important for Beckham is just, making the best decision for him and for everyone. So whenever he comes to that, I would expect it to be soon, but whenever it comes to that, what the decision is most important.
Is there a dollar figure that is kind of thought to be the one that he is seeking, or that he'll get, I should say?
I mean, he's seeking top receiver money, as he should be. He's a rare, really, really talented, do-it-all receiver available this time.
Man, I mean, the market always create itself, right? But the market always render what the market renders, right? So, for example, I could want Stephen A. Smith money right now, but the market doesn't render that for me, right? I can ask for the price tag of what these guys get on their network channels and their platforms, but there's always a situation whereas even though I may be perceived that I'm better than those boys on those major networks, but for my market, it's only going to generate for what my market is willing to render, right? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that just because Odell Beckham is seeking unbelievable money, right, out there on the open market, and that doesn't mean that he's going to get it. But I don't blame the guy for saying, I want top wide receiver money, right? Nevertheless, here's the thing. The Cowboys, when we talking about money, remuneration, the aspect of from Jerry Jones or John Stephen Jones' hand to yours, those boys gonna measure twice. If anything, they're gonna sit back and say, all right, we'll give you said money. But it's going to be under our terms and our conditions with incentives, and you got to give us something back in return. I'm just not finna crack it open and give it to you. I seen them go tooth for tooth, blow for blow with Dak Prescott, right? Oh, man, we're going to put you on a franchise tag, man, until we resolve all of this. Oh, D-Law, you want Khalil's Mack money? Okay, man, we'll franchise tag you, man. We'll see how that thing goes down the line, Everybody got to fight for it. So I know that this dude, Odell, they ain't just going to say, okay, you ain't going to work out? We going to give you the money? No. No, they ain't doing that. No, the Cowboys don't operate in that type of light. Y'all know how this goes. So for this right here, I think that the whole conversational piece would have been different if he were to work out and do some plyometrics, some calisthenics, and on top of that, they're hearing the reports from their particular doctors. But outside of that, and we got to give kudos and credence to the Cowboys on how they structured their contracts as of lately, right? I said a couple episodes back that, man, they would pen whoop you with that contract. Keep in mind the McCoy contract. He folded up like a wallet, and everybody like, oh, no, man, we got that dude. Oh, no. He hurt. Look, the Cowboys going to be this, that, and that bad shape. And then all of a sudden,
Oh, no.
well, all of a sudden, the contract, within the language of it, said, okay, if injury occurred to this leg, this tricep, or this part of the body or regions of the body, they left off the hook. Just like that. And they did something similar to Sean Lee, right? On his way out, they said, okay, put him on a prove it deal. We'll lace it with incentives and things like that. And then all of a sudden,
Oh, no.
bam, everything worked out for the good. No money and no contract. Yeah, you're right, Donald. Appreciate you. So there we go. Let's listen to more of these boys.
Year. So if you're a playoff team and you want a final touch, like you'll have to pay for it. So I would expect him to go after top receiver money, and it's pretty clear he wants a multi-year deal. Doesn't really want a one-year deal. Doesn't want to do this again and again and again. So I would say top receiver money on a couple-year deal would make some sense.
The sense we're getting out of the Cowboys,
shout out to you, Mark.
The way Jerry had talked yesterday, Ian, was that maybe they've cooled a little just because they're it appears as if it may be into January before Odell Beckham's going to be ready. These other teams that have been interested, the Giants and the Bills, have they cooled similarly? Is this a market that's maybe starting to dry up a little bit, or do you think it's still active for them?
I don't get the sense the Cowboys have cooled. I really don't. I think everyone going in thought that this would be a situation where he would sign in, early December, take a couple weeks to ramp up, and then play at the end of the season in the playoffs. There's 2 games in January, so that'd be, week 17 and 18, so that's kind of right on schedule. So anyway, I know there's some reports yesterday. I haven't got the sense the Cowboys cooled at all. And I think, the other teams, probably on the same page. I think everyone believes that it's going to be late in the regular season and into the playoffs when you're going to get a contribution from Odell Beckham. But if you're a playoff team, that's kind of really just what you want anyway.
Do you think this is going to come down, like you just talked about, he wants to be paid like a top receiver? Is this just going to come down, do you think, to dollar figure for him? Or is there a larger perspective that he has about fit and culture and things like that?
Well, I do really think that he would like to finish his career in a really good, solid, high-profile place. But they're all like that, So, do you want to finish your career in Buffalo? Well, I don't know. Buffalo's got a really good team. They got a great quarterback, and they're going to be in the playoffs every year. Giants are part of a rebuild, but that's a special place for him because it's the place that drafted him, and it's New York. So if you're looking for a big media market to finish your career and make moves after your career, that would be a good one. Dallas is similar, except they're, a little bit of a better team. And I think for the long term, my guess is Dallas will be good for the next many years.
All right, so just like the Bleacher Report just reported that the Cowboys didn't offer Odell Beckham a deal at all, and I get all of that, right? This would be a situation whereas he would have to go back, reevaluate, reassess what teams are offering, and then he would have to pick his choices. I think that the hometown or home team discount would probably be in the likes of the Giants area, right? Because that's the team that drafted him, like they just said earlier. Outside of that, if they don't come to terms as it relates to his price point and what the Cowboys are willing to offer, then there's a moot point at this time. And granted, because he didn't work out for the Cowboys or the medicals were not efficient enough in order for them to go down that hole even further. So with that being said, Cowboy Nation, it's James Washington time, baby. And that's just how it goes. Shout out to people, man, that's over here. Shout out to you, Trey. I saw you on the Facebook. Shout out to you, George. I see you on the Facebook. And Mark and C. Nick. Thank y'all so much, man, for tuning in. Hector, appreciate you, my dog. Thank you for being part of this stream. So what and then George over here, I think you are a Titans fan. Shout out to you. He says tighten up, and then he proceeded to say that Dak Prescott this and that. Man, I promise you, man, y'all needed Dak Prescott the other night, man. Ron Tannehill, he looked like what's on most people bottom feet, just couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards against the Eagles. I get it. But shout out to you, man. I always love people from other fan bases to come over here to listen to greatness. And I appreciate you, man. And I thank you, man, for jumping in over here with your Titans. And I believe we will play the Titans sometime this season. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do with your particular team. Also, I get it, right? People with low IQ, they only say, your team suck, but give us more context with it, right? Like, do we suck, or we suck at just your mama titty, or what do we suck? You know what I'm saying? So those goes into details of when people say, hey, man, y'all suck, you suck. Come on, man, bring us some more context. What do we suck? You know what I'm saying? Because and 9 times out of 10, you're here watching us, so therefore, when I think about it, that got to be the worst spot possible for me to jump on to go to another team to try to troll. That just don't make sense. It don't make sense. It's just crazy to me. And it goes down to the point whereas a lot of people, they just foolish, They foolish. It's just crazy. But neither here nor there. I ain't gonna whoop him. I ain't gonna beat him too bad. I want to slap him, but don't want him to go tell his mom. You know what I'm saying? We sucking good on her. So that's just what that is. No. Yeah, baby, we love to suck on her, boy. Y'all suck. Yeah, boy, we doing a good job sucking on her. Yeah. Tighten up, though. Oh, man. Mom, why they keep picking on me, Mama? I'm a Titans fan. Boy getting beat up, boy. But neither here nor there. Shout out to him, man. Appreciate it for jumping in over there, man. Hope all is well with him, man. All he had to do was just one job against the Eagles. I guess he just loved the beating.
This roster, Odell aside, that they are good enough, and to not take advantage of the NFC being so weak this year. It would be a crime to me.
Is that we hold the Cowboys to a different standard for whatever reason because
for whatever reason?
No, it's not for whatever reason. It's because of what the owner said. That's why we hold them to a different standard.
I don't care what the owner says. Like, I can evaluate a roster on my own.
Isn't the owner the one that sets the expectation for the team? No, the owner's not.
He's not my expectations. Me watching what happens on the field is what sets the expectations.
Okay. So how should we be looking at the Cowboys?
No, I think that the Cowboys are good enough to win a championship. If they do not win a championship, I don't consider the season a failure. What I expected from this team, none of us thought they were Super Bowl contenders before the season started. I don't think anybody at this table picked them as such. Now they are legitimate competitors. I think they should be able to get to the Super Bowl. If they don't make it to the Super Bowl because they lost in a random single elimination playoff game, we can't pretend like this is some sort of travesty.
Sir. Man, that sounds good.
Let's see what this guy got to say.
Let me tell you what happens. Right now, if the playoffs started today, the Cowboys have to take a visit to Tampa. Yeah. They lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike McCarthy is getting fired, and that is representative or reflective.
I don't know.
That is reflective of the expectations that they have on this team.
All right, so that was I forgot that dude's name just that quick. Is that Chris Canty and those boys over there on ESPN, their version of Get Up. And here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. It's always Super Bowl or bust with the Cowboys. It's always that. It's no way or no form or fashion around it. The Cowboys must go to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys got to go to the Super Bowl. That's just how it is, right? And the expectations should always be such. Nevertheless, we play against a team that we can clearly say to ourselves, man, oh man, the 32nd overall team, 32nd offense, the 31st defense. They tied for 4th in special teams. So, and this is according to PFF, if you believe in their stat totals or what have you, on how they grade their rankings on systems and things like that. So have at it. Nevertheless, the reality of it, the Cowboys, we just got to take care of business. We must take care of business. This is a team that even when you look up the matchup or what have you, yes, is more so on our side, right? When we look at everything, we can see that. Let me blow this up right quick. We can see that, yeah, Prescott, top dog, quarterback for us right now. 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Actually, 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions if you include the one rushing touchdown that he got. But you've got Mills. He got 2,144 yards, 11 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He is their starting quarterback over there. All right. And then you got Pierce. He's been running. Shout out to him. 861 yards total and 3 touchdowns. Well, we got a guy with almost just crazy with his, because similar numbers, less carries, right? But 8 touchdowns, just remarkable. And I think that Tony Pollard got 9 touchdowns for the season if you add the I want to say receiving touchdowns. Somebody can put that in the chat if you have those numbers of Tony Pollard for the season. Let me know of how many total touchdowns Tony Pollard have receiving plus rushing. And then we have our wide receiver 1, which is CeeDee Lamb, 69 receptions, 928 yards, 6 touchdowns. And we look at Cooks with 44 receptions with 520 yards and 1 touchdown, who could be wearing silver and blue. But you guys heard the conversational pool. The Cowboys were trying to ink the deal with him, and then all of a sudden they ran out of ink and the time expired and we couldn't close that deal. So those are things that we have to look at. And when we look at this right here, as far as the matchup perspective, the Cowboys per game is averaging 27.8 collectively. And then since Dak Prescott returned, I believe we are number 1 in offense and most respectives as it relates to that. And then here's what we got here versus that team. They averaging points per game is 15.7. Points allowed for us is 17.2. We got all of the good. He got 12 touchdowns for the season, Tony Montana. So Tony Pollard got 12 tubs for the season. Let me know if that number's correct, y'all, or I'm reading that one wrong. You know, that's a lot of touchdowns for Tony Pollard, man. That's remarkable, by the way, if that is the accurate number. That is the accurate number. Woo! I didn't even know. Come on, Tony. There we go. Appreciate you, Tony. Tony on Tony, man. I trust you did, Tony. Yes. So somebody else confirm it. I'll really hit that button. All right. So passing yards per game or total yards, pretty much 363, I meant to say, to their 300. And I think that this team, far as yards allowed, 336, those numbers could be convoluted, but man, we about to get things rocking, baby. We are. Rock with me tonight. For old time's sake, baby. We got things going in the best direction. I love it. So yeah, Trey also said, man, 12 total touchdowns. My. And let me know how many total touchdowns. I love it, man, because this is no one-man show. I love it. I love it because this is like the universe show, right? All of you guys are here with me. And I love it, man, because you guys say, okay, no, Law, this is the right number. That is the right number. So, my goodness. So, he got 12 total touchdowns. Now, okay, Turner says, no, he got 10. Which one is it, y'all? It's 10. Okay, Donald Weaver. Oh, I know what is going on. Oh, I get what's going on. You see, what's going on, really? You guys are saying that Tony Pollard this weekend is going to have 2 tubs. See, y'all speaking into the future. That's what's going on. You see how I did that? Oh, how many touchdowns do my boy have? Elijah Elliott, too. So I love knowing these things because, man, our team is figuring out ways to score on multiple situations. My guy, CeeDee Lamb scoring tubs, Zeke scoring tubs, right? Tony Pollard, man, even Gallup, man, this thing is going crazy. Then we're going to have James Washington back. Also, speaking of that, Tyron Smith was reported back in practice today, so that's good news. That's news to our ears of seeing the man that really had meat falling off the bone reattached by our medical team, and for him to be back out there is remarkable, Cowboy Nation. Spock, let me see. Hold on one second, Spock. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. He says, can you save me? Dallas have more touchdowns on the last 3 games than Denver has all year. I thought Russ could carry a franchise. Woo! Yeah. That's what I like to hear, man. They practicing the inside today, and I'm reading some of the reports here. Cowboys, of course, we talked about Kelvin Joseph not practicing. Let me just pull this up all around, man. Shout out to John Machota, and shout out to you again, Spock. Shout out to you again, Spock. This is from John Machota's Twitter account. He said, Jerry Jones just now on Odell Beckham. We still working on it, right? So he's not letting that go. Of course, this is Cowboys practice. You see Tack McKinley, right? You see his buddy. You see that man right there, Dan Quinn, and then you see Parsons look like he finna wreck shop by somebody, and I can't even get a bead of who that is right there. But you guys get what, and that's Fowler. I can tell that's Fowler. I don't know who that is. It's a big boy, though. It could be D-Law. Could be, I don't know. But Cowboys, they are back inside of practicing today. And let me see if they got any other news that's out here. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy said that one negative coming out of the Sunday's win over the Colts was their ball protection was poor. It was as poor as it been all year. We had the ball around on the ground 6 times. That's not winning performance. Yeah, I read an excerpt before that if the Cowboys fool around and not protect the ball when you get to the tournament, then shoot, you don't win. These games get tighter and closer, tighter and closer, tighter and closer. All of the skill set begins to get a little rougher. So you can't have these things when you get to the next level. You can't have sloppy football play, and you can't have an undisciplined football team. You can't. You just can't. So down the line, even against this team that we play, against this upcoming game, they better work on that, right? That's Sam that big, huh? Oh my. Let me go back to that picture. Where's that picture? That ain't Sam. That's a 9. That can't be Sam. That's a 9. Who that is, man? Y'all let me know who that is. That's a 9 over there. That ain't Sam. Where y'all talking about that Sam at? That's a 5. That's a 9. That's DA. There you go. Somebody with the, yeah, I know I can see a 9 when I see one. But when I held that 9, all I could see was my mama's eyes. Oh, that could be Chauncey, huh? Uh-huh. 59 is in front of you. Yeah. I'm talking about on the other side. 59 is Tack McKinley, you know. 59 is Tack McKinley. And we were talking about this guy way over here. That's Tack McKinley right there. This is Fowler right here. I'm trying to figure out who that is right there, you know. But I appreciate y'all so much. That's 97. Baby, come on. Ghosting, okay. Breaking news. Jerry Jones said he's still, I just read that, you know. You just read that. Unless it's breaking news out of John Machota. Jerry Jones on Odell Beckham. We're still working on it. Look at this dude right here. All right. Here's my truths with this. Here's my truth with this, because we can't get away from the Odell Beckham saga. I like the fact that it lights a candle or a fire up under you know what. And these guys are playing outstanding. Shout out to the wide receivers doing their thing, their magic and everything else. But one of the things that we can all clearly say to ourselves, keep it going if that's the case. Any bead of motivation, I'm taking it, right? I'm taking it. Oozing toxicity, yeah. He says, "Can we please drop the Odell Beckham news?" It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere because you got the owner spitting it out, and then you got the players themselves talking about it. The only people that can stop this are the Cowboys, right? That's the only people that can stop it. That's the only people. So that's just what it is. I've seen someone commented earlier this week and said, "Hey, we got to stay focused. We got to do X, Y, and Z. We got to do this, and that." And I said, I have no control of the outcome of the game. It's up to the players. I can literally say that the Cowboys would beat the Texans 150-0. I have no control of it. I don't have no control of that if it happens. But if it do happen, it will be predicated upon the players. That's just how that goes. We don't have any control. What I do here in the confines of my studio, I have no control of it, ladies and gentlemen. Although people may believe that I do, but we don't. The words that what we say, the players, look, when y'all say we don't need and we don't want, you need to say you don't need or you don't want, because we don't have control of Jerry Jones and what he do far as the masses of what this team need to do and generate on the weekends. We don't, unfortunately. But I get it. We want to feel a part of it, right? And we can say, okay, yeah, we're 12 man. We go out there, make some noise. Maybe that can cause some type of disarray out there on the field. That's only margins, right? But the players, if they need to stay locked in and focus in, it is up to them, not us, unfortunately. Odell Beckham hurting himself shows us if you can run. I don't know, Shaw. Appreciate you, though, for that comment there. Appreciate you so much for that. With that information around the world. All right, so with that being said, let's listen to this right here on the Texans on how they need to do this and who's going to be their starting quarterback.
Heading into the second season, I think, the simple fact that, we're talking about Davis, as potentially being our starting quarterback, it's going to be really important that he brings a certain level of consistency every day in the meeting rooms, in the weight room, out on the field with our guys and the strength coaches, as well as continuing to work to understand NFL defense so that he can go out and play faster and be a better decision maker with the football. Okay, yeah, good. We first and foremost, we have to speed up our drops. That's a big part of staying on schedule in the passing game. We have to continue to work on managing the pocket and keeping our eyes downfield. There's a lot of times when we get off schedule and we moved off our spot. There's a spot that we typically set up at the top of our drops. Well, if you have to move off your spot, you just want to maintain your throwing posture, keep your eyes downfield, and continue your progression. And if it means finding your check down, we'll do just that.
All right, so that's their head coach over there talking about what they're going to do with Davis and going through his progressions faster, speeding up his drops or what have you. He could do all of that. He could try to do all of that he want to. You got a guy by the name of Parsons who pretty much treats everything as competition. And he, my friend, didn't have a sack last week, didn't he? He didn't have a sack last week. And I'm telling you, the lion is always hungry. And whatever you working on now, Texans, right? If you haven't got it down packed by now, it's about to be brutal for you. It's about to be. We got them dogs out, everybody. We coming, and unfortunately, this is what it is. There should be no mercy. There should be no let up. And at this point, we're playing football just like it is in college, right? The power rankings and things like that. How bad you beat your opponent, your opposition, to get your proper ranking and your number one seed and stuff like that. Because regardless of it, the Cowboys, if we show up sloppy and if we don't show up to par or up to snuff, going to be always people looking at it like, hey, when we played them, this was the final outcome. Law, do you have any truth to it? Yeah, I got truth to it. There was a team that played the Colts 2 weeks ago, right? They won by 1 touchdown, right? Praise. Hallelujah. That team can walk on water. Then there was the same team just the other day that played the same said team, beat them by almost 40 points. Oh, man, it was luck. They just beat up on a terrible team. You see how this thing goes? I can't make this stuff up, Cowboy Nation. So we got to make sure we bring forth our best, because we will always be measured with a double standard, right? I think it's not even a double, it's a quadruple standard, right? You know?
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
Let me know where I'm wrong at, huh?
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
We just don't know, baby. So that's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. Unfortunately, that's just how it is, and we just gotta deal with it, and that's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. And
when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
It's the J Diz says it's the Cowboy standard. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna open up the phone line so that we can get your thoughts on this matchup, this upcoming game, and a little later on tonight, it's gonna be me, Louis T, and Lord Brunson, and maybe we'll have Bad Dog on, but for right now, it's going to be the NFC Roundtable talk tonight, so y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all have your notification bells on, and let's talk about this. It is one of those things, whereas it's a friend of me show, I can't stand those boys, and those boys can't stand me, and this is how it should be. In all of our teams in this particular division, we are above 500. Let me see if I got that right titling together. Let me go to my Twitter. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Here it is right here. You know what it is. If this will be this show, every team is above 500. Not by a few. We by a couple of games over 500, and this would be the showdown. So we try to do these shows, and we try to get our thoughts out there. Now, when I do go live on this show, it will primarily be on Louis T's channel. He will be the guy that will be steering the ship, although I will be live over here on my channel and my network. So when you guys give support to what have you, I'm not able to interrupt the show, but I would like to thank you guys in advance. Just like when we on the Final Word, when you guys support the show, I thank all of you guys so much for your donations, your love, and adulations to the nation. I really appreciate you guys. So if I don't give you a shout out live, it's because I'm not steering the ship. On Tuesday nights, I'm not steering the ship. It is on Tuesday night. It is Boss Cowboy.
Call my phone, hit my
but on tonight, it'll be Louis T. Let's go. Appreciate everybody. Come on, yo. Let's go.
Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way on this side.
There is one other participant in the conference. All participants are muted. Please announce yourself.
Let's go. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, I got Spock, who's the first person that's in the house, man. I appreciate you so much, Spock. From the 562. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Yo, good morning, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man. What's good, man? All is well.
All right. Hey, last night y'all was talking about on the Final Word.
Mm-hmm.
You guys started out with that new thing that came out that said Dallas was favored to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, about 50% or something like that. I don't even have the original article on that, but yeah, go ahead with it. Mm-hmm.
No, so I seen that segment on ESPN. It was Ryan Clark and Mike Greenberg. And what happened was, after that game, even before the Monday night game, basically they run analytics and simulations basically every week.
Right.
And what happened was, right after that, that's when that came out. They were favored. So pissed off. Other people on ESPN got pissed off when that came out.
Okay.
So they actually brought the guy on that runs the analytics, and he told him, he's like, look, this is personal bias. There's no human involved.
God, dog, man.
He told him it's based on strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Based on your performance, your analytics, everything. That
Okay.
DVOA. Yeah, so it wasn't people that's like, oh, I like Dallas, I like Kansas City. It was straight up computer.
Damn.
So there's no emotions in it.
That means a lot then if the analytics part of it can spit those numbers out like that. That's dope. And are you a big DVOA guy, or what are you as far as your analytical assessments with things?
Man, obviously I'm gonna pick the cow. I'm gonna pick the cow. Like, my point is like, it's not. I know y'all was saying like, hey, they're kind of like setting us up, but I don't think so, man. Like, dude, like the in every stat, like Dallas is above everyone, almost everyone except for Buffalo. I think Buffalo's higher than us on. It's one or two stats that has to do with the points, but anyways, like that's what it was. It wasn't people. So don't,
okay. So we can back off of the ESPN, the 4 and the 3-letter network based off of this computer-based system. That makes a lot of sense now,
Yeah, dude, Ryan Clark was so pissed. They brought the guy on, like the guy in the back that you never see, that's running the computers. And he's like, look, man, this isn't us. This has nothing to do with us. And they were throwing all kinds of fits, but that's what it was. But I was going to ask, did you see Sides on the Sideline yet?
Yeah, I saw that last night, late last night. Yep.
And you saw you heard what Matt Ryan said to Dak at the end, right?
Have fun. Let's go.
Let's go get it.
Yeah, let's go get it. Yeah. That's a good observation, man. I thank you for calling in, Spock, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Good call from him, man, by the way. Good call from him. Sounds of the Sideline, man. Let me say this, man. Kudos and credence to the Cowboys media department with Sounds of the Sidelines, man. If they can get some type of an award for that, man, please give it to those boys, because the insights, remarkable, just stupid good. And if you're a Cowboy fan, I mean, especially if you're a diehard Cowboy fan, and you haven't heard the Sounds of the Sidelines, you're missing out on a wonderful treat. Go back, take time off, man, and just listen to the Sounds of the Sideline, and just pick up how these boys communicate, how they talk to one to another. It just goes unbelievable. Good. It's a good vibe. It's a good feeling. Sounds of the Sideline. And what he's saying, too, with Spock, with the analytic part of it, all done by computer-based, that's good. That's unique. I tell people, looking back at now the Cowboys over the past 15 to maybe 20 years, the numbers could be so convoluted. Why the numbers are convoluted? Because how many years we had Dave Campo here, Cowboy Nation? I think he was here for more than 2 years. Was he here for 3 seasons, like 5-11, 5-11? So that obscured the numbers. Jerry Jones hired his buddy. And how many years we had Coach Red? That skewed the numbers, So it's one of those things where Coach Red was here for a long time. And then what people try to do is they try to put those numbers of what the Cowboys did in the past, and they paint it all with one brush. And they say, okay, that's who the Cowboys are. That's who they will always be. And I'm sitting there like, nah, man, you got to really contextualize everything from the coaching staff. Of course, I get it. Jerry Jones is the head of it all. But when you contextualize it, I know that there was a Super Bowl in there. I know that there was multiple playoffs wins in there. But we had a long stay with Coach Campo, a too long stay with Jason Garrett, right? That is how it is, man, and it kind of obscured the numbers. Campo was here from 00 to 02, just too long. 5-11, 5-11, just too long. And then they brought him back to be a defensive coach or something like that, right? Or a defensive coordinator, something like that along those ways, you know? So it's just too long, man. It's obscured the numbers, and it convolutes everything, man, as it relates to a real pulse of the nation. All right, Jay Worthy from the 267, dog, you live.
Yo, what's up, my guy?
Nothing to achieve, man. It was good to hear you.
Man, long time no hear, man. My job switched up on me, so I'm always catching you while I'm at work now.
Oh, that's good, man. You know, I bet you it switched up for your favor, man, because now I bet you they probably gave you more coins, you know.
You hit it on the nose.
Yeah. Some of Mama's cooking.
I needed more ching-ching.
Yeah.
The fake does after the favorite. Law, the best.
Oh, man. Hey, you got bad connection, man.
I got bad connection?
Yeah, but go ahead. I think it's clearing up now, though.
Can you hear me now better?
Yeah, it's better.
How about this?
Yeah, it's better. That's better there, yeah.
There you go. The best line from Sounds of the Sidelines. They should be on the same field as us.
Oh, yeah.
Dak was talking greasy, and I love that. Confidence.
Yeah.
That's what our team needs. But you know what I like that we're doing so far, that Kellen Moore is doing? I'm only giving him his flowers for this. The fact that now he know how to use CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the utilization of CeeDee Lamb, also if you add in the utilization of when you listen to the Sounds of the Sideline, and I saw Zeke on one side, right? Skip Pete in the middle and Tony Pollard on the other, and they were sitting there saying, hey, we keep pounding on them. They gonna give in, man. They folding, they soften. You might get 1-2 yards, but if you keep pounding, man, it's gonna work, and they ain't ready for it. They ain't about that tackle action. That 1-2 punch, man. No matter how we give it to them, man. I love that, man. I love that. Yeah.
TP was like, I want some more. As soon as we get back on the field, we gonna score. We gotta score.
We gotta score.
Some points.
Yeah.
That's the confidence. That's what I love in this team. I love this team, this young team, and they hungry. You know what I mean? They got that, like, what do you say, that mentality? PhD mentality?
PhD, fam. And they're poor, hungry, and determined, man. And then Malik Davis said, let me get in on that. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to eat.
Exactly. But so when I was looking at how they was using CeeDee Lamb earlier,
right?
I was like, you know what they doing? They trying to turn CeeDee Lamb into Dez Bryant, into T.O., into Michael Gallup, and even into Amari Cooper. He's not that wide receiver, sending them across the middle of the field and all that.
Right.
But the way they use him on this game, they start moving him around, getting him out in space, letting him use his yak mentality, stuff like that. That's how you use CeeDee Lamb. That's how you use that type of weapon to your advantage. Stop sending him across the field and double coverage on routes. No, he's not built like that. So that's what I started noticing, how they're using CeeDee Lamb. If he get double teamed, he's not big enough to beat the double team.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. He ain't big, but he's strong. You know.
He's strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you sending that Michael Gallup across some slant routes, across the middle. You see how he high point that ball. That's who you use. That's how you use him. CeeDee Lamb, let him be CeeDee Lamb. He's different.
Yeah, he is. I like CeeDee, and I like what he's doing. I think that he haven't peaked yet. I think there's plenty of more room for him to grow, which is always unique for us to see. And I look at this, and I can't wait to see how James Washington get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just Cowboys Nation, just wait on him. He's coming. He's in the wing. He's in the cup, and he got fresh legs.
Oh yeah, he gonna have fresh ones, and everybody else gonna be like, "Hey man," and then we're gonna have the Cowboys relays going on over here, man. Come on with it.
Yep. And if we sprinkle a little turban in there too, I think for some apparent reason, and I don't know, this is just my mantra, I think they saving him for the playoffs. I think they don't want to give up tape on him on how they're going to utilize him, because if he get in the game, he get on those CeeDee Lamb sweeps, because I was like, why didn't they give CeeDee Lamb back-to-back sweeps across the field? Why didn't give one to Turpin?
Man, Turpin
would have turned one of them into touchdowns.
At this point, Turpin's name is bigger than him. So we gonna have to eventually see if he can bring forth something with some tangible evidence outside of preseason. But I do like that mindset, that what you're saying, that maybe they're saving him. And hopefully that is the case, because last year, remember, it was they saving Tony Pollard, they saving this guy, and then we never got a chance to see what they were saving.
Four snaps.
Yeah.
Gave him 4 snaps in that San I still can't figure that out.
Can't figure it out, man.
And the one drive he had, we scored on.
No.
And then the previous game when Dak got hurt, the previous year when Dak got hurt,
right?
So Tony Pollard destroyed San Fran.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he did, dog. Oh my goodness.
I'm sitting on my couch wondering, he only got 4. And then they showed it on national television. He only got 4 touches. I said,
you know what? You know what got me? One time I was watching, and it was a highlight, right, of Tony Pollard. And then they showed that highlight, and I said, wait a minute, that didn't happen in the game. Oh, they showed the game before the other game. I said, oh, okay. he was showing up on that highlight, against the Niners. I said, God, dog.
They threw salt in the wound.
They threw salt in the wound like, dog, why you didn't use them then? But I feel you, though. But, man, appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Say no more. You know I'm going to let it go. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? That's my guy, G Worthy. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, I got the movie star, man, the superstar, man. He been out on bail, baby. California dreaming. Hey, you ain't locked up no more.
No, I'm free. I'm free to mess with the Cowboy Nation.
Free last. Thank God Almighty. Free last. You told me you were locked up.
Man, locked up, they won't let me out.
I looked up that thing. I said, my boy, man, you were locked up. I had to pardon you, man. I didn't know how you, I don't know what happened to you, man. Maybe by slip.
Man, I appreciate the pardon. I do. Now, your folks down there in the Fort Worth area might not like what I got to say.
Oh, okay.
But how about them Wildcats?
Oh man, why you had to do my people like that down here, man?
Listen. Because TCU was the Eagles on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, that TCU gonna be, the Eagles are gonna be TCU on Christmas Eve. Okay. He had his best record, and then ran into the boys.
Your boys.
The boys. My boys set the tone.
Yeah.
Now my other boys are trying to bring it home.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got the K-State tattoo on one side and the Cowboys on the other.
Okay. Hey, man, shoot. I ain't gonna go back and forth with you.
I was supposed to go to K-State until I blew my knee out. So
okay.
That's the home squad.
Okay.
So, but I ain't mad. TCU still gonna do their thing, but yeah. And Colorado is in the Pac-12, not the Big 12.
Okay, Pac-12. Okay. Prime. Look, my stance on this, man, and Bahami Jones. I heard his stance on it, and I heard the Jason Whitlock stance on it.
I take is your stance, Law.
You feel me though, huh?
I feel you. But here's what I'm saying. If that was to happen, I'm still going to call you and let you know where your roots are.
Oh, yeah, man. You already know. Okay. But for $45 million, man.
I'm not mad at you because that's going to change your family, your kids' life. I'm not mad at you if they give you $45 million and then you ride.
Man.
I can't be mad at you. That's generational wealth right there. I can't
it's
be
generational. And then you know me, I would figure out a way to still talk about them Cowboys. There'd be Law Nation 3.0 page somewhere with just a black face or something. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, well, I know that voice from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
And one of them hoodies that zip all the way up.
Zip all the way up. And they'd be like, man, Law still sneaking in talking Cowboys, y'all, you know?
Hey, it wasn't in the contract. It wasn't in the contract.
And remember, you know, they'd be like, yeah, that Law right there, man.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't know why they mad at Deion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave that alone. But who we got this week?
The Texans.
Yo, that's what I thought. Those
Walmart,
guys.
the Walmart Cowboys, man.
Now, what we got to do is continue to do what we did last week,
right?
And keep our eye on the team in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody's hyping up this Philly game. I'm not worried about Philly because the thing is, we played Philly to what, 6-8 points with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, but they won by 9. You know what I'm saying? And
okay, they won by 9 with Cooper Rush.
Right.
Dak is playing at a level right now. He got something to prove.
Right.
I feel sorry for Philly. Just make sure Monty's queued up.
Oh man, I got Monty just sitting there chilling, man. He been waiting in the lobby here talking about, man, come on, man, I'm ready to talk, man. Don't worry, you know.
Pamper Monty, get him some girls, you know. Let make sure he's good and ready to go. Okay, listen.
I kind of missed the little clip. She said, "You crying?" I kind of missed her. I miss her though. You know, I can't wait to listen to her.
You should play it one time for the one time.
No, man. You know what? One time I almost played it, and then they kept on winning. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna savor it, man. But I appreciate you, my dog, for calling in, fam. I'm gonna let these other callers. Go ahead.
The new movie come out January 24th. Called Joint Custody, and it'll be out on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. All right, I'm gonna check it out, man. I appreciate you. That's my guy. The movie star.
How about them Cowboys? Let's go.
How about them, baby? Don't y'all block that man. He's a good guy. All right, Sadiq says, "Law, I may be late getting in here, but I did hit that like button. I'm still going to get those folks in here. I see over 400." And only 175 likes. What is you all problem? Get these likes up. Y'all better get those likes up, man. I got my dog, man, from D, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Montana, man. You live, dog. Talk to me, man.
Yo, how you feeling?
Man, well, man, I'm feeling well. Talk to me, man.
How's the family?
Oh, man, fam, great. They still running the house, man. I'm just here I'm a prisoner in my own house, man. You know, I might talk a lot, but, man, I'm being ran over by all of the ladies here, man.
Already. Hey, man, I ain't really want to say much, but
right.
I was trying to get y'all to understand and see this. All right. We all know Tom Brady, you know, got lucky because the other team wasn't good enough, and it was Andy Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
But all I'm saying is, if you look at the way the games are being set up this year, I have a strong feeling Vegas have laid the red carpet out for Dallas if y'all to lose.
Okay, go ahead.
This year is so soft. It reminds me of that 2017 year when who won?
Oh, yeah, the green team. Okay. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is the way the Packers run, I normally, you know, I'm half full, half empty. I don't speak that Super Bowl crap.
Right.
Until you, like, I feel like they have to show me that they won it.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they're showing it. The front office is doing what we've been asking for the past 28 years. They're doing it. The
Great
coaches
movie, by the way,
are
if you
making
haven't
adjustments.
watched it. Here's what I know about the OBJ situation.
Oh, hold on.
Team.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I had James Slater jumping in, interrupting, but keep going. My bad.
So the team, they're coming together instead of, spacing out.
Right.
Like last year, we had groups of the team just by themselves.
Right.
This year, it's more resilient. This team is more resilient. And it's like
The conference has been locked.
anybody just sit there and say, well, the Eagles, they're going. Bro, nobody on that Eagles team is from that 17 team that's a season playoff winning team. Nobody in this playoff or season outside of the Bucks. That is it. The 49ers, I get it. Okay, yes, they had the number one defense, but if you look at who they played,
Right.
what offense is outside the Dolphins that they played with a solid quarterback, solid defense, solid special teams that you can sit there and say, this is the same San Fran physical team from last year. Last year, they had to play playoff teams. This year, they played one playoff team.
Okay, I'm following you. Okay.
All I'm saying is this year, the Dallas Cowboys have faced more playoff teams, and they got over the hump. I feel like they're ready to at least get to the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
It's on Dallas. It's on Dallas in the front office and the coaches and the players to lose. It's on y'all to fold and lose. Do you have that mentality? I just want to see it. That's all I got to say. Go Cowboys. Hey, Eastside, my boys about to put 150 and 0 on y'all head this weekend. Shout out to my man Law.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. That's my dog right there, Choctaw, Montana, man. And great observation, straight news from Vegas and everything like that. I'm all high on what he's saying. It's just that the Cowboys got to deliver. There's only one team that can stop the Cowboys, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. So if they stay focused, stay locked in and rooted in with their principles, everything can work its way out. Let's go. All right, I got two callers left. I got Chris 214, then I got Trey. Chris, man, you live from the 972. Talk to me, man.
What's up?
Nothing
What's
to
up,
it,
Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man.
Just to bank off what the last guy said. I would say the only team that I can kind of scratch my head to would be the Buccaneers. They're not playing good, but if anybody can get a great game out of his team, it'll be Tom Brady. But that don't mean that we're going to lose.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's probably one matchup that I wouldn't want to face in the first round. But back to this week, man. Like I think we're going to be all right, man. It's the Texans. Don't take it for granted, of course. But I was just going to ask you this question right here. With Kelvin Joseph, do you think he's more of a slot guy or is he just outside?
Kelvin Joseph is a guy that I said that he was a guy that got range. He could ball hawk the ball. But Big Game James and OC and my guy Balls Cowboy look at him not as such, right? They look at him more. He is a physical corner, right? I think he's an outside corner that need to play, that need to have reps. So like right now, what pisses me off so much about Kelvin Joseph is he's not even practicing today. Like he got some type of illness going on. Like what's going on with this dude? I need for him to have I need consistency from him. I need a level of consistent from Kelvin Joseph. And he need to be getting these reps, and I need to depend on him. And right now, every time I try to depend on him, he does these type of things. And I know it's crass for me to say, he's hurt or he's ill. Why can you put that over that man's head? But come on, man. This is like the fourth time. It was his rookie year. He was hurt. He had like some type of illness. Like he couldn't practice, and Nashawn got majority of those reps, right? And people like, hey, Nashawn, what's going on? With Kelvin Joseph. And then now this week, this is a pivotal week because I've been banging on the table saying that I want to see this kid without the training wheels, right? Practice all week. Get out there against their number 2 wide receiver and play a solid game, 2 games in a row. So now he's hurt. I can't put that on him. But my coach used to say this: the smoke follow you because something you doing, right? It's just something you're doing. And I don't know what it is. It's just something. Maybe you bust a few mirrors, walked under a few ladders. I don't know what it is. But
hey, what you said, smoke, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, he got to get off them backwoods. He got to get off them backwoods.
Yeah, he got to alkaline his body or something, man.
Get off them backwoods, man.
I mean, God, dog, need some Keegan water or something, man. Come on, Kelvin Joseph, man. Hey, Keegan water machine's about $5,000 a machine. I know he can afford $5,000. I know it's expensive, but go get you some Keegan water, man. How bad do you want to be out there on the field, right? And I ain't trying to rain on the man parade because he's ill, but something got to give, because now whoever's getting those quality reps this day, right? We want to see a level consistent. Can they get quality reps tomorrow? And will you be healthy enough to practice tomorrow, which will be Thursday? And you see how fast life come at you? Friday be right around the corner. Are you picking up everything that the coaches are putting out, right? Are you getting the right groove and things like that of chemistry of what the team is trying to do? You can't do it by being ill. You can't do it by being sick. You can't do it by not practicing, and that's a problem from what I can see.
So if he can't play, who would be out there?
They would then. Bland is playing so well inside, and two-way goes and playing that role as a nickel corner is very pivotal in this modern day game, because he got to be able to switch off from shifty guys, also against tight ends. And that role is such a big spot, especially in the type of cover 3 defense that we do, the middle of the field. You can't leave that leaked out and open. You got to be able to cover the flats. So I like Bland at that spot. And you, in a cover 3 scheme, you get more help playing on the outside. So whoever's going to play on the outside, because you got the boundary, you got leverage to the inside. So you got more help on the outside. So is it Nashawn Wright? I don't know. Is it Izzy McCollum? I think Izzy stepped his game up so much, man, that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When I seen him play, it was primarily Kim kicked inside too. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'll wait for the news after tomorrow practice, and I'll give you guys some real stuff, man, on Friday of who it should be. But then that will be the time that my guy Kelvin Joseph will be like, hey, he's back in practice now,
Yeah. Well, all right, Law, man. That's all I had. Stay focused. Y'all got to stay focused.
No doubt, man.
We are in a crucial part of the season, man. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Good call from Chris. And here's my thoughts on this with Kelvin Joseph. And like I say, I like the kid. I like what he brings to the table. I would be harder on him because I know he got the unbelievable potentials. Right? If he didn't have the potentials, then I'd be like, hey, next man, let's bring in someone else. But the spoon size, this is what I want to say, spoon size of tape that you see on him, you can see, hey, his hips oily. Okay, hey, he come down the field. Hey, he tackles. He can play. If he have force responsibility, he come down. If he have cutback responsibility, he can get to that point just like that, But the problem is that we can't see the consistency out of him. And I know it sounds crass to get mad at somebody because they got sick, and I'm glad that he acknowledged and said, hey, y'all, I'm sick, I'm under the weather. And that's better than being out there and spreading that stuff to other players. So that's good. But everyone have a reason. Results are what matter, right? That's all I'm saying on that. Next, I got the lovely Trey over here from the 901. You live. Let's go.
Hey, Cowboy Nation.
What's good? Salute.
Okay. Now check this out. This is the funny part to me. I'm so happy that we finally got people so nervous about the Cowboys to the point where, so now, Philadelphia played the Colts just like we played the Colts. Right. They such a better team now. They such a Jalen is just this and this, that, and the third. Right. Okay. Right. But they only beat the Colts only 1 point. Right. We put up a 50 burger, but you gonna tell me that they're better than we are when we just played the same teams within 2 weeks. Right. And the results were way different. So I say that to say this. The Cowboys have shown these people that, last year this time, we was horrible. We was losing. We lost to the Broncos. They tore us up. They didn't let these sorry Raiders come in on Thanksgiving and beat us. Yeah. But everybody waiting on our downfall. Now, guess what? We done passed the downfall. The downfall was the Packers game. That was it. You ain't seeing no more. Yeah. And so what Dan Quinn has done, everybody has got together, turn this thing around, because we've been had the players. We've been had them. They there. But what has happened is they got it together. The schematics is straight. Everything is going straight. Then on the offense, we just was, hey, wait a minute. Let me show y'all something. Dak is back. Let me show you what my receivers can do. Yeah, y'all had to wait on Gallup. Y'all had to wait on him.
Yeah, had to.
He just came back from an injury. But guess what? Gallup is back. So our team is scary right now, and everybody know that. Just like Stephen A. said, I'm just waiting. He ain't got nothing else to say, but I'm just waiting on your downfall. Ain't no downfall, sweetheart. We're going all the way. We're not finna lose this, y'all. We got too much at stake. We got too much to go for. We're not losing any more games. And when we play on the 23rd, y'all think Jalen gonna throw 300 yards and gonna run 300 on the Cowboys? Are you serious? Where they do that at? Yeah, you did it on the Titans, because the Titans can't stop a nosebleed. But we got them Cowboys now, baby. And our defense, who gonna stop us? And then here they is, that Slick added somebody that they had from the Vikings, this young guy Alexander, then put him in there and slid him on in there too. Y'all better pay attention. We done got it together, baby, and we ready, and we on our way. And I'll see y'all on the 23rd. I'm going to be the first one on your podcast to tell everybody the score, what we going to do to those birds, because we going to beat them in our house, because we owe them for beating on Cooper Rush. But you only got them for a little bit, though. That was our bag up. Dak is back. We gonna kill them birds. Y'all hear me? So get ready for y'all. What do you call it on Christmas? Some people still eat bird on Christmas. Some folks do what they do on Christmas. About that. But however it is, we gonna hang them birds out to dry. Titan fans, get up out of our group chat, because it's sad that y'all up in our group chat talking about the Cowboys when the Eagles just handed y'all a horrible loss. Horrible. King Henry is then turned into a joker. We gonna get them too. So don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. Yeah, being here, being scared. I want all y'all other teams that ain't supposed to be in this podcast, stay afraid, baby, because we coming. Law, I love you. Keep doing what you doing. I'm gonna see you on ESPN. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them? Appreciate you, Trey. from the 901. I love that. I love the words and the positive information that she presents all the time. All of the ladies, Queen and Trey and Lady Jessica, and as well as Gina and the whole bunch of y'all. Mary Lon when she call in, and the lady community, Jametta when they call in. It just and if I left out anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. But we got a strong lady community here, and they knowledgeable of the game, and I love it. The last time the Cowboys, Jalen Hurts, played against the Dallas Cowboys with the head-to-head of Jalen Hurts versus Rain Dakota Prescott, he did throw for 300 yards. Jalen Hurts threw for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 2 INTs, right, in that game, and the final score ended up being 41-21, right? I Christmas Eve, Jalen, have at it. Throw for 400 yards if you need, right? Throw for 350. Throw for 300 yards, right? Do that. The final score was 41-21. And if they think that all of a sudden that they closed that gap, then let them think that. Because from what I've seen, that the Cowboys, literally, the gap that they closed, instead of them scoring 21, they scored 26. That's the reality of it, right? And the Cowboys on the offensive side of the ball, yeah, we didn't do that when we played them on their field because we didn't have Rain Dakota Prescott. But those are the facts. And when we see the Eagles, and when it be another calling card of 41-21, all I can say is that when I look back at that Eagles team, they still have the same running back that they had the last time we played them in that particular liking. The same 2 running backs that they had when we put 41-21, we did that. And from my understanding, in that week of football, they still had Slay. Slay was out there, and yeah, he's going to get the same treatment. We're going to run him over just like we did when we saw him. And, of course, they added Bradbury and all of those things, so that's okay. Because don't have me to go back and showcase to you guys what CeeDee Lamb was able to do to Bradbury. But that's a story of another day. You know what I'm saying? So Swain says, yeah, it's 5 point better. Yeah, Swain. Yeah, they did all of that to be 5 point better. In actuality, if this was the situation that they done closed this mirage or this gap, technically, by us being down Dak Prescott, and by us having, hear me out, Gallup just not coming back, because people fail to realize that the Gallup was just not coming back in that game, that first meeting, that if they were that much better, shouldn't it been that the Eagles beat us 41 to maybe 21 or 41 or something like that when we seen each other on the first parts of the year, just this season? But no, it wasn't that. It wasn't even close to that. The Cowboys technically shot themselves in the foot. Literally in that game. They realized, oh, we can run the ball on those boys. And truth be told, let me tell y'all this. Let me break y'all off on something. Ezekiel Elliott, on that time, we did beat them 41-21. He rushed for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard had touched the ball for 11 times for 60 yards. They totaled out of 160 yards on the ground. That was last season. What if I told you guys that this offensive line is better than what we had last season? On top of that, this offensive line, and I know we played them on Christmas, is better than what we seen them a few weeks back. You see? So it's about to be total domination time, and I can't wait to pluck those feathers. It's going to be nice, Cowboy Nation. All right, so let's go. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this episode. Be sure to hit that like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk. I'm not overlooking the Texans. The Cowboys still got to do their homework. They still got to show up and play hard. And if anybody wants to say, hey, man, trap game, yeah, that's them. You can put that down in the chat, But the Cowboys better make sure that this weekend they just take care of business as usual. Because that's what I truly believe that they're going to do. It's time out for hearing this and that. I've seen this team say, all right, y'all one of them. Right? Because I think we were plus 17, right? Plus 17, something like that. And Mike McCarthy said in his presser, he said, whoa, what a long way we came, right? Because before that time frame, they were saying the Cowboys, the underdogs, Cowboys underdog. And it was like, all right, we nobody's underdog. But now look at it. Oh, my goodness, man. Let's go. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of this episode. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. And help is on the way, huh? Help is on the way. Shout out to those, man, who support this channel from left and right. Appreciate y'all, man. Let me read out those here. Is it Fraga? Appreciate you. I live in Houston. They hate the Cowboys over here. I feel you. Appreciate you for the support, the super chat. And shout out to you, Gator Sadiq. Marvin, appreciate you for the 100 stars on the Facebook. Thank you so much. We continue to fight. It's not over with. Got a lot of things that we got to accomplish. I truly believe that this weekend will be a remarkable one. Giants versus the Eagles, right? Y'all let me know if that's the situation. Shout out to you, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, John Evans. Thank you. He said, kill it tonight. That's what we gonna do. Body be punished for hard living. Hands on the straps of praying. So, Father, please forgive me, huh? Bring it. We right here, baby. I am awake. Are you? Be ready for tonight. Dak can't run, but he can't hide. Dak can run, but he can't hide. Let's get it. I am awake. Trey, what's good? Let's go. If the Eagles struggle, and I mean just that, struggle against the Washington, and they caved into their holding that L, and now they finna play the Giants. Who the Giants? Gave Washington a good fight, right? And they tied it. So if you're an Eagles content creator or fan, right? Y'all in for a fight this weekend, right? But that's just me telling you guys what's to come. They can run the ball, and their defensive coordinator, if one thing I can tell you for sure, two things for certain. He used to be the DC over there in Ravens land. What kind of quarterback do the Ravens have? Oh, a Lamar Jackson. Right? So if anybody know how to slow down a running type of quarterback, will be that coach over there in Giants. That's just some valuable intel that I'm telling you guys right now. So if you think that run, that trip options and stuff like that, that college style and kind of caliber of offense that the Eagles are running will work against them, I got another one coming for you. Y'all gonna be seeing blues. That's just how it goes. Cowboy Nation, back to us. We're going to continue to take care of business, and everything else will work its way out. The cream shall rise to the top, and we're going to get it going. My guy James says the Giants beat the Ravens. Good point, Law. Appreciate you. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you will simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. For your inspiration, that's been my time. Salute. And motivation, baby. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Roll those credits.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I've been waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend.
Freddie, appreciate you. Yep. Shout out to you, K. Smith. Shout out to you, James. Brian Bradford. Thank you. Tony Montana. Shout out to you, Choctaw.
Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up.
Stack 'em, baby.
Car till you tatted up.
Boom.
All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault.
Y'all check those stats out, huh?
I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low.
Yo.
Add it up.
Come on.
Euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Bankroll, euro.
That bass line is sick on that beat. Man, god dog.
Everything is on me. Oh, you matter what?
Let's go.
Told her if it's on me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up.
Hey.
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
If you watch it and you have not hit that like nor share.
Shame. Shame.
Until next time, Cowboy Nation, Kelvin J. Gut Bomber, and Sadiqua Charles. Salute.